Now it's time to discover how the richest person in South Korea spends his money. Well, guess who? Well, it's GD, the king. Let's see now how he spends his money. I just come upon this video. I was like scrolling down looking for a new video to react to, and I came upon this. I was like, what? Is he really the richest person in South Korea? Hey, I was like, what? And I need to check it out, but I can't check it out without you guys seeing this. So I did this reaction. So let's get this started. Okay, this was your boy Pico from HGG, the second rapper and the co-leader of the team. Okay, without further ado, guys, let's get this started and discover this. I'm really curious to see how he spends his money. Gucci, I see Lamborghinis, Bugattis. Sheesh.
Support his lavish lifestyle. Without further ado, let's get into how gdragon spends his money. Gdragon, whose real name is Kwon Chi-young, is very well known in the music industry for his great fashion sense and his expensive designer clothes. I mean, the guy is always dripping in nothing but jewelry worth thousands of dollars, wearing shoes that cost more than your monthly rent, and he is no stranger to some extremely hard to get expensive decor too. Some people call GD the Kanye West of K-pop, or even the king of K-pop. There is no doubt that he is a pioneer of this genre, and that he changed the Korean entertainment world forever. His one-of-a-kind style, amazing talent, and music taste represent YG Entertainment at its best. I'm being really serious when I say that he actually created a shift in how the labels in K-pop started to perceive individual styles of their artists. Gdragon is responsible for the trend of idols constantly changing their hair colors to bright crazy shades.
Yeah, I knew I like news. I think the first person who dyed his hair was GD. I think my leaders told me like it was in 2006. I think so. He said he's the first one in the entire K-pop industry. He dyed his hair, and it was pink. If I'm wrong, correct me.
For every single comeback. He is also the one who introduced light sticks into K-pop since
he told me that too because he's a big stan of GD. He told me all the information I need to know if I want to be a GD stan. GD bias.
Signed the first ever light stick for his group, Big Bang. He is 32 years old and has managed to do quite a lot in the entertainment industry so far. He himself released 2 solo albums, plus one in Japanese, and with his activities in Big Bang, he for sure landed himself a prestigious role in K-pop. But let's finally look at some facts about his huge wealth, because this guy, he represents crazy rich Asians better than anyone. Cars worth a fortune. Ji-young is a huge fan of fast and fancy cars. Trust me, when you see his garage, you will pass out. He doesn't own just one expensive car. No, he owns several of them. His first hella expensive car is a limited edition Bentley that is worth more than $330,000. He also owns a $480,000 Lamborghini, the colors of which he loves to change depending on his mood and season. The most luxurious car he owns is none other than Rolls-Royce. That car is worth somewhat around $620,000.
Wow! He does have some really expensive cars.
Now, if you're good at math, you've probably realized by now that he paid about $1,430,000 for these 3 cars. And that's without counting his other less used cars. Yeah, he does have more cars, but those are the ones he uses just for grocery shopping, you know. And when he needs to fly, you better believe that he is going to use a private jet. What a king. But no, for real, Gdragon is on another level because if he can afford 3 cars that are worth so much, you can only imagine what his net worth really is. But I'll tell you that in a minute. Designers love him. It doesn't come as a big surprise that designers love Gdragon because, to be really honest, he loves them back. Otherwise, he wouldn't spend so much money on all his fancy clothes, right? His style is truly unique, and he obviously doesn't hesitate to buy the best pieces when it comes to fashion. According to Mnet's TMI News, Gdragon is the second Korean idol with the most expensive work outfits. The list analyzed the cost of the most pricey pieces that idols wore on stage, and he was only outrun by none other than YG's princess, Blackpink. Blackpink's Jennie. Ji-young is known for his brave androgynous style, and he was never really scared to slay the world with some feminine clothes too. He truly lives by his own rules. In 2019, G-Dragon collaborated with Nike on a special collection of one-of-a-kind sneakers. The launch of these beautiful shoes happened that very year, and they originally sold for around $200. However, the shoes were from a limited collection, and thanks to GD's popularity, the demand for them quickly rose. The price for these sneakers multiplied several times, and they ended up costing from about $1,700 to $4,200.
Whoa, that's so much. Like for a pair of sneakers, that's so much. I can't imagine myself spending this much on a single pair of sneakers.
And that's not even the most insane thing about this launch. The signed pair of GD shoes sold for $11,000. Now try to outdo that, y'all. Ever since this whole thing happened, the price for the shoes got even bigger and they ended up being resold for $21,000. I mean, no one is doing it like him, guys. He also became an ambassador for Chanel, and the rumor has it that he gets around $2 million for his brand deals alone, and he has quite a few of them. If you still doubt his status of a Korean trendsetter, let me show you something else. In November 2020, when G-Dragon appeared on the cover of Vogue, the magazine sold 28,000 copies in the first 3 days. It is the best-selling issue to this day, and I think that speaks volumes. A businessman. Ji-young's money doesn't only come from music and brand deals. Hell no. This man is a genius, and he has a real brain, guys. I mean, it's only natural that many celebrities invest their money just to earn more. And he seems to be hella good at it. He built 2 cafes in Jeju that are doing really well in terms of income. GD is also rumored to own some really cool properties. One of them is an Alice in Wonderland-inspired building in Cheongdam that was worth $8 million. The other one was really just a big fake rumor that said that he purchased a $27 million building called Galeria Foray. The truth is that he just bought an apartment there in 2013, so its cost was far less. However, GD has his own fashion brand too. Yep, he's a creative director and a CEO of his own business. Now it all makes sense that this guy is one of the lucky few who owns a black card. But let's get back to his brand though. In 2016, he opened a fashion business called Piece Minus One. The items that were up for sale were all of limited quantity, so people literally grabbed them as fast as they could. And you know very well that
this kinda look good for me.
Whatever GD puts out, people go crazy for it. The luxurious penthouse. Ji-young loves only the best things, and he will go beyond what's possible to get what he wants. Basically, if he likes something, there ain't no price tag which he would not be willing to accept and pay out. Like, whether it's clothes or cars or jewelry, he's got it all, guys. But the most mind-blowing thing about him is his penthouse. He purchased his current home in 2020 for $7.5 million. The penthouse is situated in an apartment building in Hanam, and it will take your breath away. It is 3,200 square feet in size, so he's definitely not running out of space anytime soon. Each apartment in the Hanam complex is worth millions of dollars, and the place is currently inhabited by the biggest Korean celebrities, politicians, and businessmen. All the apartments have their private elevators and terraces. Hanam complex is without a doubt one of the most luxurious places where one can live in Korea. But if you think that's all, you're wrong. G-Dragon managed to raise the worth of his apartment to a staggering $10.4 million. How? Well, let's just say that he loves renovations and designer furniture pieces. Ji-young showed his fans the interior of his house several times, and it's everything they basically expected. It screams G-Dragon. Like, literally. The colors, art pieces, and furniture is everything you imagine when someone says his name. In 2019, he was put in the list of 50 art collectors to watch, and rightfully so. The decor in his apartment is of the best quality possible. Some of the pieces are from world-famous furniture designers. Just his dining area alone is worth more than $10,000, and I'm not counting in the pieces around it. His art collection is crazier than you think though. He owns a rare chess set by Man Ray that is usually purchased for about $100,000. G-Dragon owns a painting by Richard Prince called Millionaire Nurse. At its last auction, the painting was sold for $3.3 million. I guess that really answers the question how G-Dragon spends his money. The crazy net worth. And now to the juiciest part. What's his actual net worth? South Korean TV host Jun Hyun-moo had this to say about G-Dragon on one show. He makes 1.4 billion won every year just from his song's copyright alone. He wears clothes that you can't even put a price tag on, and he even moved to a penthouse worth 9 billion won. Obviously, it's not only Ji-young's fans who have
Wow,
noticed his
this
luxurious
is so
lifestyle.
much.
Celebrities in Korea know him very well, and his net worth is one of the biggest in the industry. Although every source has something else to say, one thing stays the same. We are talking about millions. And I mean like
Money,
tens
really
and
money.
tens of millions. He is
Ooh.
usually put on the 4th or 3rd place in the ranks of the richest K-pop stars, and some websites estimate that his net worth is about $30 million. However, there are also people who say that he might have a net worth as big as $55 million,
Really?
which is crazy if you take into consideration that some K-pop idols make barely any money. The reason why G-Dragon is doing so well is that he's really wise with his investments. Whether it's art or real estate, he has a sixth sense that helps him decide what's good and what's not. But Ji-young makes sure he spends his money also on others. He bought his parents a very expensive house, and he gives money to various charities behind the scenes. He doesn't really want people
That's
talking
a good deed. That's a good deed.
about his charity work, but from what I managed to find, he's made quite big donations. GD donated $90,000 to the Children's Hospital in Seoul and
Yeah.
regularly gives money to people in need on his birthday. What else can I say? G-Dragon is super rich and he spends his money however he wants to. Let me know what your thoughts on Ji-young's lavish lifestyle are. Thanks for watching. Bye! The things I'm about
Wow. This this is big. Like, I can't believe myself watching this. He does have a lot of things, like expensive cars, dope houses, big penthouse. Like, he's filthy rich. Like, oh, he's a big inspiration for me now. I want to make that this much money if I can, if I can, and I will make it, and we'll make sure to to get like to have this much money in the future if God's want us to be rich. Okay, this is big. I don't have anything to say to you guys, so you just watch it. Like, I'm surprised every time I hear like how much he spends on his house, his art collection. I keep on wowing, like wow, wow, every time I see that. So this is big. This is big for me. Okay, this was your boy Pico from MCGT, the second rapper and the co-leader of the team. Hope you have a safe day, stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Love you.